Hi guys, and welcome to the Sling Den's Christmas special. Now, if you're watching live, or even if you're watching at a later date, I really do have a treat in store for you today. I've got some great guests joining us, and I'll also be giving away some fantastic prizes. So let's talk a little bit about how that's going to work. As I said, I've got multiple guests joining, and in between those guests, I'll be answering the questions that you have thrown in throughout the week. At the end of each conversation, the guests will be taking part in a fun quiz, and I'll also be asking them to pick a hand. Inside my hand, I'll have a green pouch and I'll have a red pouch. Now, if they pick the green pouch, I'll be spinning the wheel, giving you the chance to win a prize. If it's the red pouch, unfortunately, no spin of the wheel and no prize. Now, talking of prizes, I've partnered up with Leighton Strods and Catties and Amiga Slings to ensure you really do get a great prize. I'll send you a list of available frames, you'll pick one, and it'll be sent out to you either via Leighton Strods and Catties or Omega Slings over in the USA. However, I have put a spin on things. Once all the winners have been drawn, so say, for example, we get 4 winners, those 4 winners will be put into a special draw. And if your name comes out on top, you will win a frame that's not even been released yet. That's right. It's the Skeleton by Leighton Straws and Catties. I don't even own one, and I'm their biggest fan. I should have put myself into the draw. Anyway, before we get on with the show, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that supported this channel throughout this year. Some of the comments, messages, and honestly, some of the friends I've met through doing this has truly been incredible. I also want to take this time to thank all the guests that's joined me on the Sling Den. I've met some of the best shooters in the world, some of the best makers in the world. Honestly, the generosity of those guys for spending their time with me on the Sling Den, it has really blown my mind. And I hope you've all enjoyed it. Anyway, enough with the soppy stuff. Let's get on with our first guest. So here are our first guests. Is the 2 guys behind Leighton Strods and Catties, Dan and Aaron. How are you both doing?
Not bad. Hello. Aaron's
Not
away.
bad. Hello. I mean, I don't know. You've both decided to wear the same T-shirt as me. It's a bit embarrassing, really, isn't it?
Well, you told me off last time, so I wasn't wearing it. So I thought, I'd dress for the occasion.
Got showered up. I've only ever seen one picture in a minute.
Yeah.
So obviously this is a Christmas special. We've had you on the podcast before, and for anyone watching that's not seen it, you need to check it out because we had a good laugh, didn't we? But It's safe to say we know each other a little bit better now. So, this might be a bit more relaxed, and we'll try not to bully each other too much because it's a Christmas special. We got to be in good spirits. But just let everyone know who you guys are very quickly and briefly.
I'm Dan from Leighton Strods and Catties, and I do the engineering side of stuff. Push the button on the machine, apparently.
I'm Aaron, and I do everything else.
Everything else.
Everything else.
He pushes buttons on the laptop.
I do
But what is Leighton Strods and Catties? I mean, I know a lot of people know this, but what do you guys do?
We produce catapults, mainly HDPE, but it's kind of gone from that to other things. We've got some aluminium stuff coming out. We've only been doing this nearly 12 months now. Less than 12 months, and it's just exploded. So we wasn't expecting to be here at all. We did it for a hobby as a laugh, and it's just grown exponentially, hasn't it? Just went a bit mad, really.
And I own a couple of your frames, and I honestly cannot fault them. But we've got some new frames in the pipeline. But before we talk about the future, let's just go over the last year. What would you say your biggest highlight for this year has been, other than meeting me and becoming my friend, of course?
Well, I wasn't going to mention you, actually, funny enough. The biggest highlight of the year, obviously, meeting you and hooking up with you. We have a good laugh. But also, doing business with Amiga Slings has been brilliant. 100%. That's definitely the highlight of the year. Yeah.
And that's shipping all your stuff off pretty much worldwide, isn't it? I know you do that yourselves, but obviously Amiga over in the States, they've got a massive client base now, and every time I hear you guys talking, they're selling out your stuff. So it's great both ways, isn't it? It just goes to show that your stuff is doing the business, and obviously, they're making a good amount of profit over there as well.
Yeah. No, it's it's good. It's still, you were saying the other day, weren't you? You see your frames in a different country, shot by people on the other side of the world.
There's lads that we used to look at, or we still do look up to, but literally, like, we've appreciated and admired them for a while, and you look at what they're shooting, and it's one of our frames, and it's still so alien. So alien.
Yeah.
And then in terms of, obviously, coming up to Christmas time now, I'll ask you both a question. If Santa could bring you both any frame you wanted, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know.
I've been looking at the prime fork ones that they do for
Oh, yeah.
Amiga. I would.
I tell you what I like actually. If you look at the prime fork stuff, is Amiga's prime fork. It's exclusive to them, and I can't remember what it's called. What's it called? Amiga.
Oh, I know
forks.
the one you're on about. I don't know the name, but I know the one you're on about. It got made just for them, didn't it?
Yes.
You can't get it anywhere else. It's just the one that they sell. No, I know the one you're on about.
That's it. I can't remember what it's called. Mikey did tell me not that long ago. But it's a non-handed frame. I'm not a lover of handed frames.
We like the symmetrical stuff.
Yeah.
Don't we?
So, and I can't remember what it's called. For the life of me,
It's going to annoy you now.
it's going to annoy the hell out of me.
You're going to remember as soon as we're
I'll
on.
remember half of the video and I'll just shout it out randomly.
Well, we'll get back to it. But in terms of Christmas, what does that look like for you guys? What do you usually do at Christmas?
I'm off.
Literally,
Yeah.
we're not cutting over Christmas.
No, there won't be any cutting over Christmas, and we're going to have to come up with a date for last postage as well, because the place where we post from is closed. I'll have to double check the dates, but they're closed. So when we were posting 1 or 2 parcels here and there, going to the local post office was fine. But now we're posting like 20 parcels a day. I can't go and stand in the post office because it really annoys them. So we have different postage methods now. Like,
So that's the business side. What about personally? I mean, I'm sure you can take your work hats off for a little bit, enjoy a bit of the Christmas spirit. What's that like in the Leighton and the Aaron household? What do you guys get up to over Christmas?
I'm going to have my first year at home this year.
you all right? Yeah.
Yeah. Going to have my first year at home. Usually I go around to my mum's, but this year we're only going to do that in the morning. Then we're going to come back and me and the wife are going to cook each other Christmas dinner.
Nice.
Can't wait.
I'm not quite sure yet. Not sure where we're going yet. There's a friend up the road that we normally go to because she's normally on her own. But I'm not sure if we're going to stay here this year. But as long as I take my work off, otherwise I'll end up in a divorce, I think.
So obviously it's safe to say, you guys have had a good year. I've had a good year myself. What about next year? What are you looking forward to most?
Oh.
Lots of stuff next year.
Without revealing too much, because I know, you've got some big things in the pipeline, but, what is it that you guys are looking forward to?
I think next year I want to aim to shoot a competition, like a UK-based competition. I think I want to actually meet some of these people. Like, we're so lucky on the people we speak to. We have such a great community around us. I think I want to go to a meeting, actually, a competition, and actually meet some of these people.
Yeah.
I think that's my goal.
If there's enough money in the business account, I think we should go over to see Mikey and Chucky.
He wants to come over here, though, for the castles
Yeah, he
and the
does, yeah.
spooks, doesn't he?
It's
Yeah,
true. It's like we can shoot live and stuff, and I think that's the closest thing we get to actually being able to shoot with other people and stuff. But no, I've got the same kind of goal next year. I do want to attend. I think I'd rather one of those outdoor sort of camping, hunting courses, to be honest, rather than like an indoor leisure center kind of shoot. I'd rather be outdoors and camp around with people who are like-minded and stuff like that. Is that what you got in mind?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, it'd be a good laugh.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you're up for it, we're gonna come and grace you with our presence at some point as well.
That'd be great. We'll have to make some sort of video, some sort of meet and greet video.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would turn out. I mean, we've spoken in the chat, and we're about we'll probably end up crying or getting into fisticuffs or something because the banter's off the chart. If anyone's not seen the recent unboxing of the frame idea that I sent to these guys, you need to watch it because I got a new one turned into me, didn't I? But
Sorry.
it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So
we're trying to tip you over the edge. We are.
It won't happen. It won't happen. I mean, my YouTube reputation's going down the drain.
Haven't started yet.
On a personal level, you won't get me, but I think you've done enough damage to my YouTube channel. You know, I'm trying to get very intellectual, professional, well-mannered people on here. And that's not YouTube, by the way. You don't look at each other thinking it's YouTube. And there's all sorts of words being thrown about in my live videos. No thanks to you two. So yeah, my YouTube reputation might have taken a dip, but I'm fine.
It's all Mikey's fault.
Blame Mikey.
He started it.
Right, so I've got a Christmas / Slingshot quiz for you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to quick fire some questions into you, and then at the end I'll let you know your score, and then I've got other guests coming on. We'll see who comes out on top and who got the best slingshot knowledge. Here we go. We'll start the timer. Here we go. Name one UK and one USA-based slingshot band.
Amiga and Hegarty Slings.
What's the third letter in slingshot?
I.
Name 3 things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
Roast potatoes, gravy, turkey.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking. Done well there. Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Chris Graffin.
Name 3 brands of slingshot bands.
Type Sling, GZK, Southwest Counties.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Spinner.
Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Dasher.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Lone Waller.
Who is this guy?
Slingshot Tony.
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
Fork, tip, handle.
3 things you can hit with a slingshot.
Rabbit, pheasants, and you.
I'm not sure if I'll take that. Name a Christmas song.
Jingle Bell.
Name me a slingshot YouTube channel.
Oh.
Mikey Paul Reddick.
Name a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Pickle.
Name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
Star.
Give me 3 fork widths.
85, 1995.
0.8 bands best for 8mm steels. Yes or no?
No.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Prime Fork. Oh, it's John
No,
Jeffries.
John Jeffries.
I have to take your first answer, unfortunately.
He's going to knock me out
And that is it. We were very close. We almost finished every question. There was just one more left, which we'll keep hidden. You've done very well there, actually. I think you just got the one wrong. So the chances are you'll be very high up.
Sorry, John.
I mean, prime fork. Well done, guys. Well done.
wasn't me.
Right, so I did have
And then
bands.
again, there's that many copies out there. It could be a turtle slingshot.
No comment. So well done there on the quiz, but now it is time to see if you're going to reveal a winner. And just on that, it's going to be your frames that I'm giving away. How does that sound?
You're going to pay for these ones?
Of course I'm going to pay. I'm going to cover the cost with yourselves and Amiga Slings, depending on where this person is. So if they're UK based, they'll be coming from you guys, and I'll cover the cost. I'll let them choose their own frame within reason. So don't go telling them they can have some special custom that costs 200 quid or anything.
Design their own.
But it will be one of your frames. You can give them a few choices and then get back to me and I'll cover the cost. And then if they're over in the States, then Amiga will be covering them. So in my hands, I have one green pouch and one red pouch. Okay. If you reveal a green pouch, we're going to spin the wheel, reveal a winner. And And if it's the red pouch, unfortunately, it's not. But I'm going to give you both a turn. I'm feeling generous. It's Christmas time. You can both pick a hand. So who's going first?
Left hand.
You want to pick what, my left or your left? This is my left.
Your left.
My left. Okay.
Yeah.
My left hand is it's red.
It's fixed.
I can't actually see the colors. I'm just shuffling them. Both pouches are the same. They're just different colors. So there we go. I've shuffled them around. Aaron, left or right?
Go right.
My right.
Yeah.
It's red again.
Oh.
Can't have that.
Ah,
We can't have
the
that.
other one was there.
2 red pouches.
It was there the whole time. There they are. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, no giveaway with you guys, but there's plenty of guests coming up. So hopefully we can give some out. Well, you know, my bank account will be enjoying not giving away prizes, but hopefully we can give some out. You know, it's Christmas time and all that. But yeah, well done, guys, on the quiz. Everybody point the finger and blame Dan and Aaron for not picking the right hand.
We'll donate one then, won't we?
Yeah, we'll donate one anyway.
We'll donate one. Spin the wheel.
So you're going to donate one and you're going to
We'll
spin the
donate-
wheel.
spin
So
the
we're just
wheel
going to go
anyway.
straight for the spin the wheel. Okay.
Yeah, we'll give
Look at
one.
that, guys. Generous guys. They're going to donate one extra. There's going to be loads of frames being given out. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll share this with you. Here we go. Right. So can you guys see that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there was 73 entries into this draw. I've got 73 numbers there. Let's spin the wheel and find out who is getting the frame courtesy of you guys. Let's go.
Good luck, everyone.
Number 18. Number 18 is Lee. Well done. There we go.
Well done, Lee.
Cool.
There we go.
We'll get some. We'll put something nice in.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
Wonderful. There we go. So, well, I'll take him out just in case he wins another one. But thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I'm sure with the other guests, we'll get some more winners. So if you're watching, don't worry, it's not over. There's plenty more to come. We'll see if anyone can beat you in the quiz. I mean, what did you get? One wrong. Well,
Yeah.
one wrong, and you missed out the last one because time ran out. So not bad at all.
Cool.
Well, thanks for joining, guys. Is there anything else you want to leave us with just before you head off?
We have had an absolutely amazing year. We are blown away by the community, by the people we've met along the way, and we couldn't have done it without any of you guys watching, and the guys that don't watch, everyone who's helped us along the way.
Yeah.
We are absolutely blown away. The help that you've given us, Benji, the help that Omega have given us. There's so many lads to mention. We are just absolutely blown away. Thank you so much.
No worries. It's been good, hasn't it? It's been a good year. You know, putting all the business stuff aside, just, you know, having a laugh, and it's kind of made the hobby even more enjoyable just by, you know, having a good group of friends, having a crack with each other, and, you know, giving tips as well. You know, we've had a few tips here and there, haven't we, over sort of ammo sizes, bands and stuff like that. So it's always good to have friends in the hobby.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I definitely replicate that message. But thanks both for coming on. Thanks for donating the frame as well. And I'll be in touch soon with more winners.
Cool. Sam. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Yeah,
everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you next year.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
There we go, guys. There's our first guests. I really enjoyed talking to those guys. Congratulations to Lee on winning the frame. And hopefully all you guys watching this live have stopped throwing out the emoji. You know exactly what I mean. Anyway, let's get on with the first bunch of questions. So this one was asked by two people, actually, Briggsy and Dave Smith, who has actually been on the podcast before. So shout out to Dave. What's my favorite target? My favorite target would have to be game. I love shooting game because it's no secret, I really do enjoy cooking. So I like experimenting with different things. But I don't get to go out shooting as much as I like when it comes to game. So if I had to pick another one, it's pretty boring as a can. I love the sound it makes. It's pretty easy to hit. And I like seeing the damage of cutting a can. So yeah, there it is. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be the can. The next one is by Slinging Homemade Shots. Chris from Alabama at Slinging Homemade Shots. Hello, Benji. Thanks for all you do for our Slingshot community, and this Christmas special is going to be awesome. My question for the live: do I ever shoot long draw, and which do you prefer better, short draw or long draw? Now, I've touched on this so many times. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the way long draw looks. And I know you guys are probably going to go mental if you're watching this live, but I just don't like this whole thing, okay? It looks like I'm playing a violin or I'm doing some weird dance. But I know people that have shot long draw and they've never gone back to short draw. So I tell you what, as I'm asking each guest what their goal is next year, I'll put it down. My goal next year is to shoot long draw. So maybe if you ask this question next year, I'll have a better answer for you. But I really do appreciate you putting in this question. The next one is by Sling Banter. I've got a question. Benji, if a man looks good shooting in the woods with a people's elbow and no one is around to see it, does it actually happen? Now, if you don't know what the people's elbow is, I'm quickly going to go through it because it feels like I've spoken about it non-stop recently. But basically, when I draw my bands back, I go like this with my elbow. And it's because, well, when I first started shooting, the one thing that I was always lacking was a nice high elbow. My elbow was always dropping and it was affecting my shot. So rather than worry about that, I actually put it into my draw. So my draw would be really high. I then line everything up, giving me a nice straight draw. Since then, a lot of people have noticed that I do it, and I've become quite a bit of a meme. So it does still happen, even when no one's around, believe it or not. But you have also asked a serious question, so let's ask it. Another more serious one. What do you do on bad days? Shoot your catty, or do you try and avoid shooting while you stay pissed off or in a bad mood? Because I shoot, it helps me clear the old thoughts out. We all have bad days. Was just wondering. So I completely understand where you're coming from. A lot of the time, if I'm in a bad mood, shooting really does clear my mind. It relieves stress and it clears my mind. However, sometimes if I go out shooting and I have a bad session, that makes me feel even worse. I don't know about you guys, but bad sessions really get to me. Now, we've all been through things in life, and sometimes I want to keep Slingshot separate because it's something that I really, really enjoy doing, and I don't want that to be tarnished with the way I'm feeling. So it can work both ways. But I suppose the answer in a nutshell is yes. If I'm not feeling too good, shooting slingshots 100% helps. Anyway, there's the first bunch of questions. I'm sure you're all waiting for the next guest, so here it is. The next guest up is Can Vandal, who I've had on the podcast before, but it's always great to see his face. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm super excited to do this Christmas special, and I'm super excited to get you on again.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
How's things been with you?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been a good year. Been having a lot of fun. I've been watching your channel too. And I'll tell you what, it's been exploding. Yeah, kudos to you.
Thanks, man. And was it this year? Because I think when we spoke last time, you said you just moved into a new house.
Yeah, and I'm settled in now. I think back when we had we talked last. We just moved in, but it's been great. We've worked out everything, so yeah, we've finally settled in. So yeah, I did. In fact, I just shot my last video. I did just posted a video. Did a indoor shooting range. So if you want to see the hallway, just go watch the video.
There we go, guys. Go and check it out. I know I will be. But yeah, I said to you the other day, I watched your video that you did. It was the 3 frames for the ladies.
Right.
And I was just blown away being mentioned because, I spoke to a guy in work and he said, oh, I wouldn't be doing this YouTube stuff, not unless I could earn money. And I thought, it's not about that. I said, when I first started shooting, you were one of the guys that I watched, and I remember, sat there on my break eating my lunch watching Can Vandal, and now I've got you mentioning me, and it's like, this is insane. So
Well, I
yeah,
mean, it's worth mentioning. I think what you offer is awesome, man. And if I can use my platform to help promote it, I will. I really think a lot of you and what you're doing. So, yeah, man,
likewise.
and I didn't mind at all.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But if anyone's not checked out that video, you really need to, because you are right in a couple of things you're saying. There's not a lot out there for the ladies in this sport. And you really did hit the nail on the head with that video. It was great.
Right, and that's something I've never thought about to myself that much. But I'm starting to see a lot more women get involved, and like I said in the video, women got smaller hands and stuff like that, and so that's what kind of spurred that video there. But I've got some good feedback on it, so maybe in the future I'll do some more on that. But yeah,
Awesome.
that's what spurred the video.
Awesome. So it's Christmas time. What's Christmas like in the Can Vandal household?
Well, I mean, it's going to be different this year. All my kids are grown. I've got one more in high school, but my other three are already out and got kids, and two of them got kids. So, yeah, it's going to be. I've got grandkids now. In fact, I just posted another video, and I'm not trying to push the video stuff. I'm just, but one of my grandsons is in that video. I'm just having. It's going to be my second Christmas with both my grandkids, and so it's going to be exciting.
Awesome. And if I had to ask you this question, if Santa could bring you any frame in the world right now, what would it be?
Oh, goodness. I would say I really want a Titan Hunter, to be honest, from a Catapult Carnage. I've been eyeballing one of those for years. I don't know why I ain't pulled the trigger on it, because, I mean, the what he's asking for him is just ridiculous. It's awesome. And I've heard so many good things about him. But in my opinion, it's just a great shooter, and I want to get my hands on one real bad. So I think, if I'd answer right now, I'd probably say a Titan Hunter.
It's one of those
90
frames.
millimeter.
It's one of those frames that, once you've been in the hobby for a long time, it's one of those ones that you just kind of have to add to your list, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and he does such a great job with it, and it's not real flashy. It's just built well. I mean, it's just a great slingshot, and so I'd love to get a Titan Hunter.
And in terms of this year, what's been your highlight in the hobby? I know you said you went to the Swamp Stomp the last time we spoke. Would that stand as one of the biggest highlights this year, or is it something else that kind of beats that?
That's been my biggest highlight. And unfortunately, I just found out that they're not going to host it again next year. Something to do with the land. So I was kind of disappointed about that, because that tournament is 2 hours from my house. But I did hear rumor of another one that's going to be taking its place. So I hope that'll transpire between now and the beginning of the year. I mean, not happen between the beginning of the year, but shortly after the beginning of the year. But yeah, that was one of the biggest highlights I had far as slingshots. It was an awesome time.
And then, looking ahead to sort of next year, have you got anything big planned?
I'm going to try to do more. Probably tying some more bushcraft stuff with my channel. It's going to be a slingshot channel, but I'm talking about just basically going out in the woods and stuff like that more, and do more slingshot stuff. Hopefully do a lot more collabs this year. That's something I've had quite a few guys that I've been talking with, and they want to do some collabs. So you're going to see a lot more of that this year. And hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more reviews. I know Simple Shot is going to be coming out with some more stuff. And while on that, I just, can I throw this in? As far as reviews, I just want to clear the air. I'm an ambassador for Simple Shot, but I review just about everything. I am not constrained to only do Simple Shot stuff. However, I do love Simple Shot frames. So, I'm looking forward to what they're going to be rolling out this year. So, it's going to be an exciting year.
It's awesome. And, I can kind of elaborate what you're saying there, because, if people have watched a couple of my recent videos, you would have seen me talk about Leighton Strods and Catties a lot. And I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not an ambassador per se. However, I've got a great relationship with those
Right.
guys.
Right.
I really enjoy the frames. That's why I shoot them. You know,
Right.
at the end of the day, we all want to strive to be the best shooter we can. So
Absolutely.
I wouldn't use something that I couldn't shoot just because I'm buddies with guys. But you know, I've built a great relationship with those guys. They were actually the guests just on before you.
Right.
And you know, I just really enjoy their frames. So that's why, you know, I talk about them a lot. A lot of my reviews are based around this sort of stuff. So I completely understand where you're coming from. You know,
Absolutely.
if
Yeah,
you enjoy
that's the
something,
same here. That's the same. Yeah, exactly
you
the
know,
same here.
if you enjoy something and you know you're passionate about it, you know, your videos are going to come out more natural. They're going to be a lot more you know, from the heart. So you know,
Absolutely.
definitely you know, there are people out there that say certain things. We know what it's like, but
Yeah,
you
and
know,
you
I
can
wouldn't worry.
tell. And you can tell when someone is reviewing or shooting something that they're actually familiar with and they actually use. And
Mhm.
so I just that's a brand that I've been using for years. But I just wanted to clear the air. I mean, there's been no controversy or nothing. But you know, I do a lot of simple shot reviews, but I also review other things, and I'll be reviewing some more frames this year. But simple shot will always be my go-to.
For sure, for sure. Right, should we get on with this Christmas and Slingshot quiz? How are you
Let's
feeling
do it.
about
I'm feeling good about it.
it? Is
I feel the I
is
feel the Utah spirit.
it's not too tough. I wouldn't say that it's tough. Uh,
That's good because I only have an eighth
um,
grade education.
but what I would say is it's got
I like that hat, brother.
the Omega hat.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, them guys are doing a great job. Both of them.
Yeah,
That
those
is
go
happening
ahead.
quick.
Yeah, I had Mikey on and Chucking on in the episodes, and they kind of explained what they wanted to do.
Right.
And they have done such a great job because
They
what they
have.
want to do is bring brands from all over the world to the United States, which they've done. You know, they've got Layton's over in the States, they've got Wasp, they've got a lot
Right.
of Sniper Sling stuff. And, you know, they're both YouTube content creators too, so they can actually show off the stuff that they're getting in stock. And
No, and
I'm
that's
so
awesome.
happy for those guys.
Yeah, me too. Because again, that's another reason why I kind of center around simple shots because a lot of the other manufacturers like Wasp, I love Wasp frames. In fact, I got like 3 or 4 of them. In fact, I just bought one recently. But they're so, I mean, until now, they were so far away, and it just, you know, my audience is mainly on the stateside. So,
Mhm,
you know, to order like a simple frame, there's that freight, and it's vice versa. And so that's why I
mhm,
really, you know, that's as far as reviewing a lot of them. That's kind of why I haven't. It's not because I don't like them. I love them. In
mhm.
fact, but I'm going to try to, since we can get them stateside now, you might see more of those type of reviews. But go ahead. I'm
Awesome.
sorry.
No, that's great. Always good to shout out my friends at Amiga Slings. So
Absolutely.
I've got the quiz ready. I was lagging a little bit, but I've found it. I'll start the timer and we will start. So here we go. Name one UK and one USA based slingshot brand.
UK, I'm going to say Wasp. USA, I'm going to say Simple Shot.
What's the third letter in the word slingshot?
Ah,
Name three things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
turkey dressing and stuff. Cranberry sauce.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking.
I lost. I lost.
We failed that
Hey,
one.
that wasn't fair. That was my dad.
Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Mr. Chris. Catapult Carnage.
There we go. If you name three brands of slingshot bands.
You got Simple Shot, Premium Black, Precise, and Caddyshack.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Oh Lord, beginner.
I'll give you that. I was going along lines
Hey,
of
that I
spinner,
mean,
but
you do
we'll
have
take
beginners.
beginner. Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Donard.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Oh, Mon Waller. Moan.
Who is this guy?
Oh Lord, that's God. I knew this.
You can say pass if you can't get it.
Slingshot pass. Dang it.
Oh, Slingshot Tony is so close.
Yes, I knew it. Dadgummit.
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
Okay, the frame, the lanyard, the bands.
Name a Christmas song.
Deck the halls.
Name a Slingshot YouTube channel.
The Sling Den.
There we go. So the time's up. So let's see
So I
what you
won a
scored.
Titan Hunter. Is that what I won?
Well, so, if only, if only. So we've got you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you've got 2 wrong. So that's 13, and there was 7 unanswered. So I mean, you got 11 out of 20. That's not bad.
That's super. I mean, but that's the but the thing. The question about Slingshot, can't speak. Slingshot Tony. When you put the picture up, he looked so much like me. I thought it was me. That's what threw me off.
There's a few curveballs in there. I wanted to mix it up. You know, it's not too serious. It's nothing. You know, there's no real prize. It was just a bit of fun to
it's all good.
End the conversation. But no, you did well. 11. 11's great. And actually, yeah, that was awesome. Are you ready to pick a hand?
Let's do it.
And reveal a pouch. Okay. So
All
I'm going to put them both underneath because I don't want anybody saying that I'm fixing this or anything. So you can see the 2 pouches here. I cannot see. I'm just going to shuffle them about in my hand. They're both the same size.
Hey, guys, he told me to pick the left hand before this. Even
if you pick the left hand now, I don't know what's in there. So I'm shuffling them about. Right. Okay. So I don't know either. It's just as much of a surprise it is to me to you. So are you going to want my left hand or my right hand?
Okay. Well, I'm a left hand hold, so I'm going to say left hand. My
left hand, this one?
Yeah, your left hand.
It's the red one, man. Unlucky. There's no reveal. So all blame
I meant the other left hand. In the UK, y'all's left hand is different.
See, the thing is, I don't know how many frames are going to be given out. I wish I could give a frame out with every single guest I've had on, but I also need to buy a Christmas present for my kids. So
that's what I'm saying. You just got one you can keep. So.
I don't know. So it's a 50-50 chance. Unfortunately, on this occasion, there's no reveal. But
that's the story of my life.
That's it. Well, I want to thank you, man. This has been so fun. It's been great speaking to you again, and I'm sure we'll catch up again next year. We'll get something going. And
hey, anytime. I love being a part. I love what you're doing, and I just really like the way I like the direction that the Slingshot community is going. So yeah, anytime, brother.
Me too. Awesome. Well, thanks again, and all you guys that are watching, if you've not checked out Can Vanzel's channel, you really, really need to. I watched him when I first got into shooting, and I still watch him to this day. He is one of the funniest people in the community. I don't know whether he went to acting school or comedy school or something, or clown school. I don't know. But
no, my mom dropped me on my head.
He brings fantastic content with great information mixed with a bunch of comedic content. So check him out. And yeah, hope you and your family have a great Christmas and a good New Year.
All right. Merry Christmas, Taters.
See you later, Tater.
All right.
So there he is, guys. The Tater himself, Can Vandal. Unfortunately, no prize given away, but what a great laugh that was. Anyway, let's get on to the next set of questions. So this one was asked by a friend of the show, Kerry Sandlin. Shout out to you, Kerry. I heard that when you were active in MMA, you named your signature moves, like the dreaded catapult, the now banded fork hit, and the people's elbow. Any truth to this? Unfortunately, no signature moves. However, I did have a fight name, and I guess I'll share that with you. So my fight name was Benji Tap Out Smith. The reason that was my fight name is because when I was younger, I was completely obsessed with the UFC, and all my gear was Tap Out. And I used to get ripped a bunch for it, so my coach decided my fight name moving forward was Tap Out. So I'm pretty sure you will incorporate Tap Out into the people's elbow somewhere. And poke some more jokes at me. So go ahead, do your worst. The next one is by Jorge Hernandez. Who are your top 3 favorite slingers? Wow, this is tough. Good question. So I'm going to break it down into different categories. So the person I would say that I enjoy watching shoot the most would have to be none other than Chuck and Steel. Now, when that guy goes live or he records a video, and this is meant with no disrespect, but there's nothing flashy about it. There's no kind of gimmicks. There's no real high-tech stuff going on. He just goes out and shoots. But honestly, if you've not seen it, you really need to see it. That guy really is accurate and is such a pleasure watching him shoot. So he has to be one of my favorite shooters because that's one guy I can just sit and watch shoot all day long. So shout out to you, Chuck and Steel. Number 2 would probably have to be Chris Graffin of Catapult Carnage. And I've mentioned this a few times. When I first started shooting, I watched a lot of Chris, and I found his advice to be really, really helpful. On top of that, he does a bit of everything. He just won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament, so we know he's pretty good when it comes to target shooting. I've also seen him take out some game with really, really precise and incredible shots. And just the guy's knowledge on the hobby in general really is second to none. If you watched his Slinging It on the Catapult Carnage YouTube channel, you would have seen him talk to his pal about everything slingshot related. And honestly, that guy's mind is really fine-tuned for the hobby. Now at 3, I can't put this down to one person. I'm going to have to separate it into 2. One is the man that we've just spoken to, Can Vandal. Again, I watched a lot of his content, and he is one of the funniest guys in our community. He gives off great information, and his energy is honestly, I don't know how he does it. It's so natural, so funny. So he has to be one part of person number 3, if that's allowed. And the other one is our next guest. And that is because he gives out some of the best fact-finding information out there. He's really fun to watch shoot, and he's an all-round great guy. And that is none other than Mark from ATO. So here we go with ATO. Next guest here is the first ever guy that we interviewed here on the Sling Den. It's Mark from ATO. How you doing, buddy?
Woo-hoo. Awesome, dude. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really excited to have you on again. It seems like it's such a long time since we spoke. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Things have been kind of sketchy lately, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll get on to that. How's the last year been for you?
Oh, well, the beginning of the year was pretty good, but then all hell broke loose over here in Canada, and now things are getting kind of tough, got to be honest. Yeah.
Has that kind of impacted the amount of time that you can shoot and do all the other bits?
Yeah, the biggest, I guess, the biggest issue I've been having now. I mean, you've probably heard about all the carbon taxes and crap they've been hitting us with over here. But the worst thing is actually the bridge that I take to go to work and come home with is like ready to fall down, and they've reduced it down to 1 lane each direction. So I get up at 4:15 in the morning. I leave for work. It takes me a little over an hour to get there. And then on the way home, it could take me anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, sometimes more, and depending on the traffic. And by the time I get home, it's black outside. So there's no real shooting can be done.
And how's the weather there? Because we've just had snow today here in Scotland. So
yeah, we had a little bit of snow today, a whole lot of rain last night through into the morning. And then I went out for a walk with my dog this morning. We did about, I don't know, close to 8 kilometers, came back home, and it was just coming down.
Nice.
Yeah.
And if there's anything slingshot wise this year that's been a highlight for you, what has that been?
Oh man, there's been a bunch of them actually. Actually, a highlight for me, may sound kind of a little bit weird, is watching the boys over on Mega Slings get their stuff, get their site up and everything like that. Like watching some friends actually build something amazing as they did. That's actually my highlight. It sounds crazy, but that's what it is.
No,
it's got nothing to do with me, but two of my buddies are just kicking ass over there, and it's awesome.
And I want to say this is not scripted because I've just had Can Vandal on before you, and he was saying the same sort of things. So I've not prompted anybody to talk about Omega, but it just goes to show what those guys are doing over there truly is it's making big moves.
Yeah, and watching two guys two like legit awesome dudes like that have success, man, it's just like, wow. It's like it's perfect. It's perfect scenario.
Sure, for sure. And then obviously, it's Christmas time. What does that look like in the ATO household?
Oh, well, we're gonna have I got a pretty big family. It's actually kind of stupid big. I've got a I guess my mom was one of 14 kids. So
Wow.
yeah, I know. Like, get a freaking TV, man, but yeah, there's a lot of 12 girls and 2 boys. So basically, when Christmas hits, we're doing a lot of running around, seeing family. My brother, my sister, we have people over for dinner, and we have a big get together. And then we go to my wife's house, family's house, the week after or a couple days after, and have a big thing there. And it's just like a lot of eating and a lot of being around people that you love, which is pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome. And you got time off work?
Oh yeah, I get a full week off of work, which I can't wait for.
And I'm asking every guest this question, but if Santa could come down your chimney and bring you any frame in the world right now, what would it be?
Wow. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I think I would lean towards one of those medium Titan hunters wrapped in that snakeskin thing he's got going on. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but wow, that's sexy, man.
Yeah, I seen that he done a video a couple of weeks back, and he was just talking about like how the snakeskin is just flying out. Everybody's getting the snakeskin wrap.
Oh yeah, it's really
so great.
Is the light better? It's like that, man.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, he was just saying that he has a load of the other stuff which he likes in terms of the wrapping, but he said everybody's digging that snakeskin wrap.
Oh man, it's so nice. Gets my juices flowing, if you know what I mean.
But you already have a Titan hunter, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And it's kind of funny, because I've had that for quite a few years now, and every time I shoot it for a while, and then I get something new. Like for a while, I went on to the Cygnus. For a while, I was shooting that. I absolutely love that frame, but somehow I always come back to the Titan Hunter. Wow. Always. Titan Hunter and actually the Companion, very close second. I really like this frame.
Nice. And you still with the same sort of setup, 8mm steels?
Yeah, still shooting 8mm steel. Although I was trying to get some hunting done this year, and I ended up going to testing out some 3/8 steel. But then when our bridge closed down, I haven't shot in like 3 weeks. I haven't picked it up, not even because I used to set up my barbecue, get my barbecue going, and do some shooting like this while I was cooking, and I can keep an eye on it and whatever. But now by the time I get home, it's pitch black outside, so it gets dark here at 4 o'clock now. So,
wow,
yeah.
What's coming up next year for you and your channel?
Well, recently I did a partnership with a company called One Win Outdoors. I'm an ambassador for their products. So as you probably have seen in my channel, I do a lot of wild camping and whatnot. And actually, just before this, when you sent me that message, when are you ready to go? And I said, in 15 minutes. I just finished my workout. I've been trying to get in shape because this year I didn't feel confident enough in my body to be able to go do like a 50-kilometer trip in the backwoods, in the backcountry. So I'm going to start training now, and I'm going to take my son for the first one next year. I'm going to be filming that. We're going to bring some slingshots, so while we're in camp, we can actually do some shooting. Should be fun. And yeah, it's going to be camping and shooting. More camping and shooting. That's it.
That's great, man. That sounds really positive.
Oh yeah.
I know, yourself and I have spoken about your son who's doing great things with his wrestling. So I'm sure you can team up and give each other a good workout.
Oh man. Yeah, he's gonna kick my ass. To be honest, yeah, it was actually kind of upsetting. He was supposed to have his first tournament last weekend, and like 3 days before the tournament, he popped up with ringworm. So yeah, so he couldn't pass the skin test, and that was it. I mean, you're a guy that does a little bit of that mat work, rolling around a little bit, so it's quite common,
And they try and keep those mats clean as much as they can, but when that sweat and that heat and everything gets mixed up, you can pick up stuff so easy.
Yeah, I mean, last year he got staph. This year he got ringworm. It's just about gone now. And actually, the coach was pretty cool. He had to put on like a cream, and he covered it with this, that tape they use when you have like a pulled muscle or whatever it is.
Like the blue tape, the blue stretch tape.
Yeah, but it really, really sticks to you.
Yeah.
So the coach let him cover that with a tape as long as he had a sweater on with a baklava, or not baklava or whatever, balaclava or whatever it is they're called. Those masks, and he had to have almost all of his skin covered, and they allowed him to practice at least after being on the medication for a couple of days. Yeah.
Well, it's exciting stuff, man. It really is. But what do you say we get this quiz started?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. So I'm going to warn you, there's going to be a few curveballs out there. Okay. There's some slingshot questions, there's some Christmas questions, and you're going to need to see the screens because there's going to be some stuff popping up.
All right, we'll get the glasses on there.
Okay. Right. Let's get ready. So we'll get the timer started, and I'll ask you your first question.
Okay.
Here. Name one UK and one USA-based slingshot brand.
Brand, UK. Let's do Pro Shot. Does that count?
Yeah.
Okay, and Simple Shot.
What is the third letter in the word slingshot?
I.
Name three things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
Turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking. Nailed it. Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Chris Gratton,
Yeah.
right? Graffin?
Perfect. Name three brands of slingshot bands.
Sniper Sling, GZK, and Precise.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Chicken dinner. Not really, but whatever.
Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Dasher.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Looks like a Moan Waller, maybe?
Yep, perfect. Who is this guy?
Slingshot Tony. My bro.
Three things you can hit with a slingshot.
Flippers, cans, and rabbits.
Name a Christmas song.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Name a slingshot YouTube channel.
The Sling Den.
Name a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Oh, man. I don't know. A pickle
Look at
fork.
the pickle. Name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
Star.
Give me three fork widths.
85, 95, and 90.
Awesome. There we go. So you were only three questions off answering them all. So that's a really, really good score. So you have scored, I think you only got two wrong.
Oh.
Pretty good going. So you scored 15.
All right. I can take it.
We got the Leighton boys. We got Dan and Aaron from Leighton Strods and Cat. He's currently leading with 18. So 15's just behind them. That's what I will say. It was a pretty good score.
Right.
How'd you find that?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah,
Awesome.
that was fun.
Do you think we should do the giveaway or
Sure.
attempt to do a giveaway? Now, no pressure, Mark, but the first two guests have not revealed the winner.
Okay.
Now, I'm starting to worry because I don't want people to think that I'm fixing this thing.
Oh.
So I've got a green and a red pouch here. They're both exactly the same size, okay? And I'm going to put them into my hands, and I'm going to mix them up under the table. So I won't know which hand they're in. You won't know which hand they're in. Okay. So what we'll say is, this is my right hand. This is my left hand. Which hand do you want to pick?
I'm going to have to say the right hand's the right hand.
This one?
Yeah.
My right?
Yep.
It's green. We got ourselves a winner. There we go. Mr. ATO delivering.
That's it. That's the clutch shot right there.
Let's get the wheel up and reveal the winner.
All right.
Just make sure you can see that. Can you see that wheel there, Mark?
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, so we are going to go and spin. Are
Okay.
you ready?
I'm ready.
Good luck, everyone.
Oh, this is cool.
71. Let's take a look at who 71 is. 71 is a Mr. Ben Hyde.
Nice.
So, congratulations, Ben. You got a great name, and you've just won yourself a frame.
Merry Christmas, dude.
So there you go. Thanks for that, Mark. We
Oh, that was fun.
a frame. Awesome. Well, it's been absolutely amazing having you on. Is there anything you want to say just before you go?
Oh, guys, I miss you. I miss you too, Ben. I hope
know we miss you. Hopefully, we can catch you a bit more next year.
hopefully I'll be able to get things rolling again. And that's going to be it. When I come back, I'm going to come back with a bang. We're going to do a giveaway, and everything's going to be rolling. Hopefully, we'll see how things go. But that's pretty much it. There's going to be more videos coming back as soon as things kind of cool down here a little bit, and I'm going to be going as much as I can. For the meantime, I'm just going to pop in, pop out whenever I got some time.
Awesome.
That's about it.
I hope you and your family have a great Christmas and a great New Year. I'm really looking forward to catching up with you next year too, man.
Oh, you too, man. I hope you guys have a great thing. I wish you all the best. Every single one of you watching this too.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Mark. Thanks for your time, and we'll catch up soon.
My pleasure, man. Take it easy.
Bye now.
Bye.
So there he is, guys. Canada's finest, Mark from ATO. And congratulations to Ben on winning himself a frame. Now, let's get on with some more questions. So the next one's by Ian Jones, who I want to give a big shout out to, one of the real OGs here in the UK in the hobby. I actually had a phone call with him a few weeks back, and honestly, one of the nicest guys I've spoken to. He wants to know if I think shooting could be an Olympic sport. I definitely think it has the potential to in the future, as long as we still go on the trajectory that we're going on right now. We've seen the sport grow massively over the last few years. I do know for the Olympics, it needs to be recognized in 75 countries, which may be our biggest task, is getting it out there. I think there's a few leading countries at the moment in terms of the popularity of the sport. But to be honest with you, I think it could just start with popularizing it in the countries where it is popular. And, I'm sure other countries would catch on. If we have sort of semi-televised events, even if they're on the internet for people to stream and things like that, I'm sure that'll spread awareness. I mean, I'd even like sort of like the darts kind of thing, where you see the darts, where it's like a nice big show. If we had something like that, that would be pretty fun. But I do definitely see, shooting to be something that could be in the Olympics one day. And it'd be a great part to be along that journey, trying to do what I'm doing here on the Sling Den and supporting other people in the community, like yourself, Ian, who's doing great things here in the UK, arranging competitions and things like that, as well as many others. So yeah, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, I think the sport will grow, and it definitely has the potential to do so. So thanks for your question. The next one, Carlo Del Carmen. Shout out to you, buddy, one of the juggernauts. Hope you're doing good, my friend. If you saw Santa coming down your chimney, would you shoot him? Would I shoot Santa? If he didn't bring me everything I wanted, he'd probably get a 9.5 between the eyes. Yep, that's my answer. Sean Shag Hackleton. Now, I want to shout out Sean. Great guy. Had a few messages back and forth with him. Can be quite cheeky at times, though. I'm watching you. He wants to know my thoughts on bands for summer and bands for winter. Do I go lighter in the summer and heavier in the winter? I've been doing a lot of trial and error this year, to be honest with you. I've gone from 8mm steels to 9.5s just because I wanted a little bit of a change up. In terms of bands, we all know some bands perform better under the pressure of the cold than others. Me personally, I think when I find a band that I like, I tend to want to try and stick to it. So what I tend to want to do in the winter is just amend my taper, just so I have a bit more of a whiz on the shot. That might mean that I get a little bit less band life, but I think I'd rather amend my taper than change my bands completely. I know other people like to do it differently, but that's just me. Hope that answers your question. The next one's by a good friend of mine, Ethan Martin. What made me decide to interview people about slingshots, and when are we getting the chicken wing t-shirts? Okay, let's address the chicken wing t-shirts. Again, guys, it's all about the meme. It's all about this. People want to see me doing this with chicken wings and all sorts of fancy stuff on the t-shirt. Maybe next year it'll be part of a merchandise that I'll do. I don't know. If you guys want it, I'll bring out some t-shirts, give it away as prizes or something. I don't know. So that's that one. The next one. What made me decide to interview people about slingshots? To be honest with you, when I set out to do this channel, I didn't really think about it as an interview platform. It naturally just became that. But the main reason was I'm a huge listener to podcasts. I listen to sort of anything between 10 to 15 hours of podcast a week, all to do with MMA. And I went on the lookout for a Slingshot podcast and couldn't find one. So being in my role, what I do for a job, I do a little bit of interviewing and things like that. I also speak in front of people, or I have done. So I thought, why not give it a try? Let's invite some people to come and have a chat with me and see what people think. And, you know, as I said at the beginning, the support has been absolutely amazing. The feedback's been great. So that's why I've carried on with it. Anyway, what do you say we get on with the next guest? Here we go. Before we move along, what do you say I spice things up a little bit? We've had some great attempts on the quiz so far. So what I'll do is, if anyone manages to get 20 out of 20 within a 2-minute time zone, I'll give the wheel an extra spin, giving you another chance to win a prize. How does that sound? Sound good? Okay, let's go. Okay, guys, so my next guest here is Jordan Smothers. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. This is a bit of a strange one because the other guests that have been on, I've already had on the podcast, but I've not had you on yet. However, after us speaking very briefly, we've decided that you are definitely going to be my next guest. So really looking forward to that, and we'll get into the nitty and gritty of who you are exactly and what it is you do. But if we could just squeeze that into a tiny little ball, yeah, give us the lowdown. Who is Jordan Smothers? I'm sure people know, but you know, run us through it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm the Smo Show on YouTube, and I have I wouldn't say huge, but a good following on. I also own and operate, I guess, the Smo's slings. So I make like some varying frames and varying materials, mostly HDPE, and that's been I think sort of my claim to fame is making these like kind of inexpensive HDPE frames. Although if I wanted to be known for something in the community, it would be more or less trying to make the Slingshot as an accessible and inexpensive fun as I can make it. So most of my YouTube channel is just mainly dedicated to making your own slingshots and being able to do it in a way that's inexpensive and easy.
That's awesome. That's a really positive thing that you're doing there. Again, I know a lot of people know you, but I'm pretty sure you've got the biggest following in the States in terms of Slingshot channels. As far as I'm aware, I know I was speaking to Chuck and Steele and Mikey and the guys back there, and I think they were saying that you have the biggest following. And the videos that I like are the ones where you're kind of in your workshop, because that's not something that's done very often. We got a lot of shooting videos, and we got brief little bits of people kind of skipping through the process of making, but no one actually kind of I know you've gone live a couple of times and just been in your workshop doing stuff. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Is that something that you thought was not being done, and that's something you want to be done, or was it just natural to you to just kind of go live and do your thing?
Yeah, the joy that slingshots have brought me has been a joy of convenience. And what I mean by that is like growing up, I was very into archery. I shot archery for a long time. Being, I guess, maybe a U.S. citizen, I'm also have a relatively strong love for firearms. But also, I think that slingshot shooting came to me at a time where I was, a little bit financially hurting. so it was something that took my mind away from having to worry about bills and having to worry about, working and making money and everything. And it was something inexpensive and it was convenient. I could carry it around in my pocket. I could shoot in my backyard. I didn't need anything more than, a handful of marbles and some rubber bands and a stick I found on a tree. So that was what the love of it was for me in the beginning. And I also was introduced to slingshots through Jörg Sprov's Slingshot channel, YouTube channel. And so seeing him and the joy that he had making these ridiculous contraptions shoot slingshots was like, man, this big guy, this big burly guy over here is having a ton of fun shooting slingshots and making them. And I think that sort of inspired me to get in that process. And so I wanted to share that part of it as much as possible, being able to find a material, make a slingshot from it inexpensively, quickly, cheaply, and just have fun shooting, to go out there and get shooting and not have to worry about the little minutia of it. That was what really got it for me. And so I just wanted to share that through YouTube.
Perfect. And I cannot wait to dig more into that when we do our full episode, because I really want to pick your brain on some stuff. But just touching over the last year, obviously we're coming to the end of 2023. What would you say your highlight has been this year?
I think the highlight of my year was being able to go to the East Coast Slingshot tournament and see how much the sport has grown. I've gone the last few years, and I think the first year I went was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and it was maybe like 40 or 50 competitors. I think the following year was like 70 competitors, and then this year it was 97 people who signed up to shoot. So being able to see that level of growth in that short a period of time, I think really like kind of cemented for me how how I want to be in the sport. And then I don't know how many people are aware, but I also have a working relationship now with Simple Shot as well, where I go out with Simple Shot to do varying events. So being able to set up, introduce new people to the world of slingshots. We've done a few archery events, a few hunting events. And so being able to physically put a slingshot in someone's hand who's never shot or who maybe shot as a kid and introduce them to what modern slingshots are and can do. That whole situation has just been outstanding for me.
That sounds great, man. That's something that I want to do too. I've got people that I work with that want to get into it, and they ask when they can come out and stuff, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. So I can definitely understand why that gets you excited. Now, another question I've been asking is, if Santa were to come down your chimney and bring you any frame in the world, and I know this is a bit strange because you're a maker yourself, but what frame would you like?
Well, since the beginning, I don't know, maybe for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been a huge fan of John Jeffrey's work. I think he is one of the premier makers in the sport, and I'd love like a custom John Jeffrey's Apex frame that I could go out and take some squirrel with or something. That would probably be a custom frame from him would be really something that I'd enjoy.
Awesome. And in terms of Christmas, what does that look like for you? What does that look like in Jordan's household?
Yeah, I have 3 kids, so Christmas is really focused around making everything as fun and happy and exciting for the kids as possible. And I'm very lucky that my wife is a superbly wonderful woman, and she really goes out of her way to do it upright for the kids. So it takes a lot off my mind. But Christmas is all about the kids, man. It's all about the kids.
Awesome. And talking of Christmas, I've got a Christmas/slingshot quiz for you.
All right.
So it's 2 minutes. It's quick fire. If you
fire.
don't know, say pass. We got a top score of 18 so far, which is the guys at Leighton, Strods, and Catties. However, there is 2 of them, so they do have a slight unfair advantage. So if anyone does tie with them, they automatically take the win there.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so there's going to be a few curveballs up there. You need to see the screen, so there'll be a couple of things popping up.
Okay.
So we'll just get this set up. Okay, so I'll start the timer, and I'll start asking the questions. Are we all ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Name one UK and one USA-based slingshot brand.
A US-based slingshot brand would be Simple Shot, and a UK-based brand is Leighton Strods and Caddies.
What's the third letter in the word slingshot?
I.
Name 3 things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
Turkey, sweet potatoes, and pecan pie.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking. Almost got it. Almost got it. Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
2023, Chris Graffin.
Name 3 brands of slingshot bands.
Slingshot bands. Sniper Sling, GZK, and Simple Shot.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Spinner.
Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Blitzen.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Moanwaller.
Who is this guy?
That's Slingshot Tony. He's the mascot for Slingshots.
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
The frame, the bands, and the pouch.
3 things you can hit with a slingshot.
3 things I could hit: a squirrel, a spinner target, and a soda can.
Name a Christmas song.
Jingle bells.
Name a slingshot channel.
The Slingshot channel.
Name of a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Skip. I don't know this one.
Okay, I'll give you the last one because you said skip just before it finished, but that was pickle. Was the one I was looking for.
Pickle. One of my faves.
So the last one is name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
An angel.
An angel. Okay. So well, there was 4 that we didn't get answered, and there was 2 that was incorrect. So that gives you a score of 14, which is actually second place at the moment. So
Oh yeah.
that's not bad. How did you find that?
Oh, that was fun, man. That was fun.
So I'm starting to feel like the timer's too short because not many people are getting to the end, but there's a few curveballs in there that I think.
Yeah, it's a little tough to think on your feet that quickly, but yeah, that's all fun.
It's one of those ones that they're easy enough to answer, but when you have to think quickly, it's like
Yeah. I hear you.
You know. Okay, so then the next part is we're going to see if we give away a frame, as I explained. Green pouch, red pouch. I'm going to put my hands under the table. I don't know which pouch is which because they're both exactly the same size. They're just different colors. So I have my right hand and my left hand. Which hand would you like to choose?
Let's go with the right hand.
My right hand.
Your right hand.
This one here. Okay.
That's the one.
Let's reveal it. Oh. It's green.
All right.
Oh. So what we're going to do, we're going to spin the wheel. I've got a bunch of names here. Okay. You tell me whether you can see this. I'm just going to share the screen with you. Can you see that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So here we go. Let's see who's getting the next frame. That is number 6.
6.
Number 6 is Mikey Forsyth, which I know is very active on some of the Facebook groups. So congratulations to him. He has won himself a frame.
Heck yeah.
There you go. So Mikey, I expect you to be messaging Jordan with a thank you for picking the right hand. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But I'm 100% looking forward to having you on the full show and finding out a lot more about you because you seem like a very interesting guy, and you know your knowledge on slingshots far outweighs mine. So I'm sure I'll learn more from you when we have our conversation. But I just want to say thanks for coming on. Is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with just before you head off?
Yeah, I think that one of the most important things about slingshot shooting is something that you just mentioned, that like there's maybe some people out there who maybe know more or less or whatever. But I think that realistically speaking here, um, everyone's slingshot journey is going to be different, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. So maybe I've done a few more things within the slingshot world than you have, but don't think for a second that I know any more than you do about anything.
It's that experience, man. It's that, I still feel like I'm learning to this day. I feel like, I've really indulged myself into this hobby, and, I've learned so much from speaking to other people, shooting itself, trying different equipment and setups and things like that. So I feel like my knowledge there, but, if I compare now to the beginning of the year, I'm like, oh my God, I know so much more. So,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be learning all the time. I don't know whether that's the same for you.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've had some martial arts experience,
Mhm.
and I feel like when I was in martial arts, it was the same thing, man. If I learned something and I felt like the knowledge was starting to sink in, you always end up getting humbled. There's always somebody who's going to know more or shoot better or do something more, and so there's always something more to learn. And when you stop trying to learn, that's when you're gonna not have any fun. So.
I like that a lot. I've never even thought of slingshots in that way, but now I do, and it definitely makes sense. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. I hope you and your family have a great Christmas and a great New Year, and we'll definitely catch up in the New Year.
Same to you. Same to you. This was a ton of fun, brother.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Take care and enjoy the rest
You,
of your day.
you too.
Take care, man. Bye now.
Bye.
There it is, guys. What a pleasure it was speaking to Jordan. What a great guy. And honestly, I cannot wait to speak to him in the full episode coming up in the new year. Also, congratulations to Mikey on winning yourself a frame. He's just invited me to a Facebook group. So, it's karma. You invite me over, you get good fortune. What can I say? Anyway, let's do some more questions. Next one is by... This one's actually by my partner, Katie Bridgman. Do you love slings more than me? Yeah. Next question. Okay, I'm joking. Do you know what? For me to do what I do with the sling den, the time I get to go out and shoot, she does do a lot. We got chickens, we got 3 dogs, working dogs, we got cats, children, all sorts. She does hold the fort a lot, giving me time to do this. So I'd still probably say it's about even. I don't know. I think that's about fair. I'm joking. Next one. This one is by Out and About since 1986. He says, since starting shooting the sling, have you stuck with the same ammo? And what has been your best shot of memory? He's saying he cannot wait for this one. Well, I hope you're enjoying it so far, buddy. I really do. Thanks for the kind words. Have I stuck with the same ammo? No. I shot 8mm steels for probably the longest time. And it's only recently, maybe 3-4 months ago, I went to 9.5s. I just wanted a bit of a change up. And to be honest with you, I do prefer them. I wouldn't say there's like a massive difference. I just preferred the hit on them. I also wanted more of an all-round setup for target shooting and hunting. And there's nothing saying that you cannot hunt with 8mm steels or anything like that. But the bands that I can use for my 9.5s are also the bands that I can use for 8mm leads and 10mm leads. So that's what prompted me to do the change up. But I'm really enjoying shooting them at the moment, and I need to do a bit more practicing and carry on getting used to the bands and the ammo. Best shot of memory. There's one shot I took when I first started shooting. It was in my top 5 video if you've seen it. I was using the Wasp Unifox. I took a shot way out in the distance. It was 80mm spinner, so nothing special. But yeah, I was way out. I'm talking sort of at least 30 meters. And I had like a handful of 8mm steels. I was like, let's just see how many shots it'll take me. And I promise you, it was first shot. I nailed it. So I don't think I'll beat that one. But there was another one quite recently where I shot a little disposable vape. And the little bit of whatever is like cotton or sponge is like this big. That come out of it, and I put that on a tree stump, and I took a shot at that from like 10 meters, and I hit that first time. So that is probably my most recent favorite shot that I have. So yeah, there's that one. Let's go with another one. Best all-round hunting setup for squirrels, birds. Sorry, this one's by Catty Dan. Best all-round hunting setup for squirrels, birds, and rabbits. He found his setup and feels like people get misunderstood for the ammo needed. Do you know what? When it comes to setups, the biggest and most important thing when it comes to hunting is the shooter. And I cannot stress this enough. You need to be accurate enough, regardless of what you're using, to make sure you're doing the right thing for the animal. Okay, you need headshots. You need neck shots, or you need to use something that's really going to be unforgiving when it hits it, if you know what I mean. I hear a lot of people say 8mm steels won't do this and 8mm steels won't do that. I promise you it will. If you're accurate enough and you've got yourself a decent setup, you will take out rabbits with 8mm steels. I've seen it. I don't know about a best setup, to be honest with you. For me, I'm like in my 0.75 tapered 2318 with 9.5s or 10mm leads. Yeah, that's probably my go-to setup. If I was to go out right now, I'd probably take that setup out with me. But to be honest with you, there's another thing that I need to kind of mention when it comes to hunting. I know where I'm at with my limits. When it comes to my accuracy, I know where I am. Okay, so when I go out, I might not be as successful as some people, and the reason for that is I make sure I'm at a distance where I know I can take the shot correctly, which can be a problem because obviously, you're going to spook things. But I'd rather do that. I'd rather get as close as I can and something get away than injure an animal. So I make sure I get to a distance where I know I'm going to be able to take a safe shot, taking out the game. Anyway, I think we should get on with our next guest. Here he is, guys. It's man himself, Mr. Omega Slings, or one half of Omega Slings, Mikey Paul Reddick. Here he is. So, guys, my next guest is none other than Mikey Paul Reddick. Yo, Mikey, how you doing?
What's up, Benji? Thanks for having me on, man. I'm stoked about the Christmas special.
Good, because so am I. It's been so fun so far with the guests I've had on, but it's about to become a lot more fun with you on, brother.
I hope so. And don't build me up too much. I don't want to let you down.
So, obviously, you've been on the podcast before. We had a great chat, and for anyone that's not seen that, I highly suggest you do so, because we had a really good chat, and we covered a lot of topics which we unfortunately cannot cover today because we're just having a very quick chit chat, celebrating Christmas together, and we're going to end it with a quiz and hopefully a giveaway. But give us a very, very squashed down version of who Mikey Paul Reddick is.
I'm Mikey Paul Reddick. I am a co-owner of Omega Slings. I love to shoot slingshots, and Benji is a good guy. I'm stoked to be on the Christmas special, and I have a YouTube channel called Mikey Paul Slingshots and Catapults.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to answer the next question for you because I've asked every guest this, but I was going to say, what has been the highlight of your year? Well, actually, I don't know, because I know you also went to the East Coast Slingshot tournament. However, I got a feeling it might be something else. What's been your highlight this year, Mikey?
Well, you probably know the answer. Definitely the highlight this year is getting Omega Slings up and running. That's a little bit of a dream come true. So I couldn't.
I thought it was going to be becoming friends with me. Damn, I forgot about Omega.
That's my second highlight. No, but seriously, Omega Slings, man, getting that up and running, that is just amazing. And we're growing every day. The store is growing every day, and the amount of orders coming in is growing every day. So I'm super stoked about that. The ECST, though, I mean, as far as like having fun, that was definitely the highlight of the year. Big time. I had so much fun during that tournament. I met so many great guys, made some really good friends. So yeah, that was a highlight for sure too. Definitely.
I think when we first spoke, I didn't quite realize that you had not been in the hobby as long as, you know, same as me. Neither of us have been in the hobby that long. And, you know, it's safe to say for me, this year has been absolutely incredible. Just with the people I've met, the people I've spoken to, everything going on with the Juggernaut Challenge and, you know, just getting involved with the community, my channel, watching other people's channels. It's just been an incredible journey this year. So I think we both have similar minds in, you know, this year. I never would have projected at the start of this year that I'd be sat here today doing something like this with all these great people around. You feel the same way?
Yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, like two years ago, I would have never envisioned myself being in this, being in this spot, meeting all the people I have. So 2023 really changed my life big time. Um, I've been shooting for a little over a year now, but I mean, the involvement of the community has been just such a wonderful factor in my life. Like I said, the friends I've made, and most of the friends I've made through Slingshots I'm extremely close with. They're my best friends at this point. Even though we don't live in the same state, we still talk every day. Like Chuck and Steele. Chuck and Steele is probably my best friend. I talk to him pretty much more than I talk to anybody else besides my brother. But it's been amazing. The quality of friends is always something I've looked for. And, like I said, just being able to do the Juggernaut challenges live and everybody's laughing, having a good time. Going live on YouTube is something I really enjoy, hanging out with people. So I never would have thought I would be right here and be so much in love with a hobby. But I am, man. There's something magical about Slingshots, and like I am bit with the bug for sure. I am head over heels 100% dove in with Slingshots. And a lot of that has to do with because of the people I've met through them.
Awesome. And obviously, you know, we got Christmas coming up. One, give us an idea of what that means for Omega. And two, let us know what that's like in your household, what you get up to this Christmas.
What that means for Omega is I'm one busy dude, but it means weekends are booked. No, yeah, I mean, it's super cool. I have noticed a pickup in orders since the whole Christmas season has started. So that's kind of exciting. I'm excited. I'm really excited just to be able to provide people with slingshot things that aren't so easily accessible. So, that's the main thing Omega Slings does is we try to bring stuff that's not super easily accessed, whether it's because you got to buy it through maybe PayPal or because you got to buy it from another country and wait forever to get it. That's kind of the bridge we're trying to gap there. So it's going well though. I mean, I couldn't be more happy with the way everything's going. And like I said, I am definitely been busier though since the whole Christmas thing has picked up.
And what about yourself personally? If we take the Omega hat off for a minute, what are you doing this Christmas?
Oh man, you don't want to see me without the hat on. But this Christmas, well, it's been a little bit of a struggle personally. Like I lost my dad last year, just a few days before Christmas. So this is, I'm gonna go out and get a little tree, but it's been a little bit different for me. So, in kind of a bad way, my dad was somebody who really he was a real Christmassy spirit type person, and it's been a little bit tough. I definitely miss him. Me and my brother miss him, but like I said, that's just another thing my Slingshot family helps get me through. When I'm feeling down, I can always just chat with one of you guys or go live on YouTube and I'm in such a better mood automatically. So, so Christmas this year, super great, but I'm going to make the best of it no matter what.
We'll get together and we'll do something too. We want to make Christmas special. So I don't know whether we can get a Christmas Juggernaut challenge going or something, but we got all us guys around you, man. So, anytime you can message any of us and, we'll get the Christmas spirit pumping.
I think the Juggernaut Christmas challenge sounds pretty fun too.
Awesome. We'll get that done at a later date. Another question I've been asking the guests that have been on today is, if Santa was to come down your chimney and give you any frame in the world, what frame would you choose? And I know you've got a whole store, so you've got all these frames to pick from, but One frame. Come on, one
That
frame.
is that is a super tough one for me, man. Wow, you hit me with a hard one, man. If I could have one frame, oh man, that Benji, why you do this to me? That is hard. You know what? There's a frame, there's a slingshot that Down Under Catapults makes called the Snakehead, and I'm a big person into clips, but I seen one without clips that he has. So if I could have any slingshot in the world, it would probably be that Snakehead from Down Under Catapults right now, and that's a hard
Awesome.
one for me, man. We got a lot of slingshots around us, so that was not easy.
And he's a great guy too at Down Under Catapults. Hopefully, I'm going to get him on the podcast next year. He seems like a really, really good guy. So, we'll learn a little bit more about his frames too. But that's a very good shout. That's not even one that I've thought about, but he makes some really nice frames.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
for sure.
And like you said, he's a really good guy too. You know what I mean? So that makes it even better.
And then when we're looking at next year, what are your goals? What are your kind of missions for next year?
So next year, I would really like for my big time goals would be to get Omega Slings making some of their own products. We are a big distributor for a bunch of other companies, which is great. That's kind of the main thing that we're about. But I would like to start making some of our own products. We're going to get some of the tools and some of the machines we need to start making some of our own things, because I got some good ideas. Chuck and Steel's loaded with good ideas. So we definitely want to just start making some of our own stuff too, to add to the product lineup. I think with putting mine and his brain together, I think we can come up with some stuff that people will really like.
No doubt, no doubt. You also need to get yourself over to the UK.
Yes.
Meet up.
Yeah, that would be a good time if I get over there. And if I get over there, I'm going to meet up with Dan and Aaron, and then we're going to come see you. And I want you guys to take me on a haunted ghost tour.
We can definitely do that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That would be fun to
A
get
lot of fun.
scared out of me.
We got some really shady places here in the UK, so plenty to pick from. Don't you worry. So next up, we have got the Slingshot / Christmas quiz. Now, I've had 4 guests on. We're halfway through, or just more than halfway through. And there's no pressure, but there is a little bit of an incentive if somebody gets them all right. Okay. So it's 2 minutes on the clock. If you don't know, say pass, but you need to try and answer as many as you can as quickly as you can.
Oh man,
Okay.
I'm a bad quizzer too. You're gonna put me on the spot right here in front of everybody. All right, let's do this.
There's going to be some very quick fire questions thrown at you. Okay.
You gotta let me know when the time starts.
I will. You'll see it on the screen. No pressure, but Dan and Aaron are leading the way at the moment with 18. But there are 2 of them, so if anybody ties them, they automatically take the win.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's 2 brains compared to half one right here.
Okay. So you need to take a look at the screen, because there'll be things popping up on the screen that you'll need to see. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Let's get this thing in place. So we'll have the timer just to the right, and then we'll go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Name 1 UK and 1 USA-based slingshot brand.
John Jeffries slingshots and Simple Shot.
What's the 3rd letter in the word slingshot?
I.
Name 3 things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
Pie, ham, and cranberries.
Watch this without laughing or smirking. Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Chris Graffin.
Name 3 brands of slingshot bands.
Precise, Sniper Sling, Simple Shot.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Spinner.
Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Blitzen.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Moan Waller.
Who is this guy?
That's my brother, Slingshot Tony.
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
The palm swell, the forks, and the fork gap.
3 things you can hit with a slingshot.
A spinner, an ice cube, and a mousetrap.
Name a Christmas song.
Jingle bells.
Name a slingshot channel.
Double D's slingshots.
Name a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Pass.
Pickle. Name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
Star.
Give me 3 fork widths.
90 millimeters, 85 millimeters, and 100 millimeters.
0.8 bands best for 8mm steels.
No.
Who is the maker of this frame?
John Jeffries.
And is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes or no?
No.
It is a Christmas movie.
What? Die Hard?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
The one with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, it's based all around Christmas.
Oh, well, maybe I haven't.
But let's just see the score first, because that is a bit of a trick one. I mean, it's a bit of a trick one. So you're the first person to answer them all, by the way.
What's up?
You got to the end.
All right. Woo!
So you've got 1, 2, 3 wrong.
The pickle one threw me for a loop. I had a hard time. Yeah. That pickle one threw me for a loop. That's why I said pass.
I feel so bad not giving you the Die Hard one, because you'd be tied with Dan and Aaron.
Oh, screw those guys. No, I'm just kidding.
But you did good, man. Like the video without smirking, you were like stoic, stone face, but you had a little chuckle just at the end.
I couldn't
quite
help it.
hold it in.
That guy gets hit in the nipple with a slingshot bang. Not laugh.
Well done, man. That was great, because you're the first person to answer all of them. And I was a bit fidgety on the buttons there, because I had to you have to kind of manually put them on, and I was kind of like right clicking and stuff, and things were popping up. So, well done, man. 17 is a great score, and you've just fired yourself into second place.
Yes. I can't believe Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I thought that was like a guns and explosions kind of movie.
It is, but it's all based around Christmas.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna say it's good. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, you need to watch it later on today, and then we can discuss whether it's a Christmas movie or not.
Man, if I would have got that one, I'd be tied for the win, and I'd be, yeah. Oh well, it's all right.
I almost feel like giving it to you anyway, just because there's 2 of them. I mean,
No, that's okay. I'm happy with second.
okay. So should we find out if we're going to give away a frame?
Let's do it. You better put 2 green. You better put a green thing in each hand.
So I've got a green and a red. Okay. And as I've said to the others, I'm just going to put them both onto the table. They're both exactly the same size. They feel the same. There's no differences between them. So I won't know until it's revealed. Okay. So we have my right hand and my left hand. Which hand are you going to go for?
You look funny. All right. I'll pick the left one.
My left. So this one here.
I'm all green. Let's give something away.
Oh, gone and done it. Wow. Wow. Okay. So should we find...
How many other people picked the green one?
Okay, so far we had Dan and Leighton. I was feeling generous. I let them both pick a hand. They both picked wrong and got red. However, they generously donated a frame just so we could spin the wheel. So they gave one away. I think Can Vandal got the red, unfortunately. ATO got green. Smo got green. And you've just got a green.
Yes.
So we're going to spin the wheel. I've got a list of names here.
I'm stoked about that. I really wanted to give something away.
Good luck, everyone. So the 3 numbers are being taken out. Let me just share this with you. Just let me know that you can see that on the screen.
Yep, I can see it.
Awesome. Okay. Are you ready to spin the wheel?
So there's going to be one winner?
There'll be one. How do you mean?
You're going to spin it one time and whatever it lands on is going to...
That'll be the winner. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 3 people that we've spun for, they've all guaranteed got themselves frames. And this is for the next one. Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Spin that sucker.
Number 50.
Who's that?
Number 50 is, it's Zach Slingshots.
Oh, Zach Slingshots. I was gonna say, I'll throw something in there too from Omega Slings,
Yeah.
so he'll get a extra juicy package.
Awesome. There we go. Well, congratulations, Zach. You have got yourself a frame. Yeah, I would want to say thank you for coming on, man. As always, I really do appreciate your time. I do also want to give you the opportunity just to kind of leave us with a message if you want.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who's shown my channel and Omega Slings so much support this year. I would have never thought that that anybody would watch any of my videos, and I didn't know how Omega Slings was going to go. So the fact that it's going so well, just thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, and that's serious. So thank you big time. And Benji, thank you for having me on the show. Always super stoked anytime I can come on the Sling Den. This is awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. No worries at all, man. And, we'll keep chatting and we'll keep things going in the background and doing the challenges and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to doing some of them with you again. But thanks again for coming on. Hope you have a great Christmas with your brother. And we'll catch you in the next year.
All right. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you.
Take care, man. We'll speak soon. There he is, guys. Mikey Paul Reddick. I always enjoy talking to Mikey. It's always a lot of fun. And also congratulations to one of the juggernauts, Zach Slingshots, on winning yourself a frame. Now, before we move on with the questions, there's something that I want to do. Guys, Mikey Paul Reddick is honestly one of the most generous people in our community. When people are on a bit of a down and out, he's one of the first people to say, we need to do something for this guy. I witnessed this firsthand. I went through a bit of a rough patch a few weeks ago. He invited me onto his channel. We had a great chat, and he lit a fire under my ass and got me shooting again. He's also sent out some really, really fantastic care packages to people who really needed them. I know there was other people involved in doing that too, and you all deserve a massive shout out for that. But he really is a big figure in this community, and I don't think he quite knows how much he really is appreciated. He did also mention just there that he lost his father not too long ago, and it was around Christmas time, and that must be really, really tough on him. And I know this time of year probably isn't quite as much of a happy time as it is for everybody else. But I just want him to know, his father be super proud of him for what he's doing, not only with Omega Slings and the business, but who he is as a person, because he genuinely is a really, really decent, humble and generous guy. So I just wanted to give something back to him. From me at the Sling Den. You just mentioned there that if Santa could bring in one frame right now, it would be the Snakehead by Down Under Catapults. So after our conversation, I got in touch with Chris from Down Under, and he mentioned that this frame here was a frame that you really, really liked. So that frame is yours, buddy. It's all paid for. It's being shipped as we speak. So get in contact with me after the show, and I'll send you over the tracking number. Hopefully you'll get it before Christmas, and I hope it can bring you just a bit more joy. You can get out Christmas Day and enjoy shooting a new frame. Anyway, let's answer one or two questions, and we'll move on with the next guest. So this one's by Chris Foster. Big fan of the show. Got a nice surprise seeing Alex on the show, as I live quite local to him. Shout out Alex Davison. It was a really good chat with him, and I know he's doing great things with his dog training business at the moment. So keep up the good work, buddy. I see what you're doing, and I'm glad to see you doing well. Couple of questions. What's my favorite looking natural? And what's your mooching accessories? Do I take firelighting equipment or just catty stuff? In terms of a natty, do you know what? I'm not massively educated on all the types of wood, stuff like that, believe it or not. But what I do like is I see some with the bark left on the handles and it's got like a resin over it. I really do like them. I like the natural look to them. This year for Christmas, I didn't really want much. I've asked for a few vouchers for some hardware shops. I'm going to get myself a sander, a chisel, a few other bits, and make myself a couple of natties. That's something that I really want to do next year. So keep your eyes out for them, see what they look like. probably rubbish, but I'll try. Mooching accessories. I don't take a whole lot out with me, to be honest with you. Although before I got into shooting, I was quite a keen fisherman. I love my carp fishing, so I do like a good little camp. I've got myself a nice all-weather bivvy, and a couple other things I had from when I used to do the nights fishing. So I do take a few bits out and about with me. But I guess, one thing Alex Davidson would appreciate is I take my dog with me. I always like going out with a dog on a mooch. Helps me retrieve things. Sometimes I've shot things and it's kind of fallen into brambles and stuff like that. It's a lot better to get the dog to go in than me. So yeah, I'd probably say that. The next one is by Aaron of Leighton Strods and Catties. Pussyhole. If I could have any maker make me a custom, who would it be and what material would it be made from? I have a nice custom in my collection, to be honest with you. It was by Leighton Strods and Catties, so thank you guys. It is my number one frame that I own. But if I had to have one made, it would be between two people. It would be a John Jeffries custom, a nice Makata. I really do love the Apex, but I just don't think it would be super suitable for the pinch grip. So if you decide to make a pinch grip, which I know you said you're working on, a pinch grip frame, put me number one on your list. I'll definitely be after one of those. And the second one is by someone else I've had on the podcast, and that is none other than Moan Waller. I set off some details. I've had a quote back from Moan, and in the new year, it'll be something that I definitely invest in. Christmas was around the corner. I got giveaways to buy for, so I just didn't really want to splash out on something for myself at that time. So it'll definitely be something I treat myself to next year, is a good old RVA catapult from Mr. Moan Waller himself. The next one is by Andy Maund. My question is, if anything, what do I think the catapult community is missing? To be honest with you, not a lot. I've been part of a few communities, and honestly, this one's pretty solid. I see a lot of people giving great advice, a lot of encouragement. Even if someone's taken a shot at a bottle this big from 5 meters, you see a lot of people commenting, "Good shot." If people make up their own frames, you see a lot of people giving words of encouragement and stuff like that. And it really is lovely to see. And I don't want to go off on a negative tangent here, but if there's something I can mention, is just as a community, I wish we could maybe stand up to a couple of things which bother me a little bit. Some makers spend so much time, money, and effort into building their designs, and it really is unfortunate to see that some people make copycats. Now, I know there's only so much you can do with a Y shape, but it's always nice if people do make something that's incredibly similar to someone else. They just give credit to the original maker, or even ask permission if they can make it. And I think sometimes maybe as a community, we can maybe just challenge people a little bit without being too aggressive or too much of a asshole, if you get what I mean. And another thing is, I've seen a couple of people post videos where they're shooting a pigeon out of a tree, and right behind the tree there's like a house. I love the freedom of what we do. I love putting a frame in my back pocket with a couple of steels or leads and being able to go out and shoot. I don't want it taken away from me. I don't want this whole licensing thing to come into place. Have to be on land, private land, to go and shoot. So I think I have called people out on it sometimes, and to be honest with you, I really do get a decent reaction. I think sometimes it's just a knowledge thing. Just think a little bit before you do what you do, especially if you're video recording it. So I think if us as a community as a whole can maybe try and tackle some of those things, that's something I'd probably like to see change in our community. Anyway, talking of Andy Maund, he is our very next guest. So here we go. So guys, my next guest is Andy Maund. We've not had Andy on the podcast before. He's good friends with Dave Smith, who I have had on the podcast. He's one hell of a shooter. So it'd be nice to say hello to him. How you doing, Andy?
Hello, pal. All right.
So for people who don't know, you are probably one of the bigger names in terms of shooting in the UK. How long have you been shooting, and what is it that you primarily shoot for?
I've shot most of my life. I started as a very young boy, shot till late teens, and then found women, found drinking, and and that was it. And I didn't shoot for 22, 23 years, maybe longer. And then in lockdown, I just started whittling down a natty and got back into it. And I've shot every day since.
And you've shot some competitions as well, haven't you? I mean, you've met some big people in the community, especially here in the UK. You've shot up against good people as well. What's that been like, and how well have you done in these competitions?
I've done very well. For the past 2 years, I've won silverware at every competition I've been to. Like I say, I've shot against some of the biggest names in the UK, some of the best shooters in the UK, and done very well. Certainly done myself proud there. Been quite successful.
And one thing I've noticed with your technique is you're quite a quick shot. Is that something that you practice, or is that just something that comes natural to you?
Just how I shoot. I do a lot of hunting as well, so I am trying to slow it down. I'm trying to slow it down a bit, but I don't know. It just seems to take too long to take a shot when I do.
And what would you say your highlight this year has been? Has it been one of the competitions you've entered, or is it something else?
Having my own little shoots up on the Welsh mountain, it's got to be a highlight where all the teammates got together up there, and plenty of food, plenty of drink, plenty of shooting, and laughing from morning to night. Brilliant.
Perfect. And I've asked all the other guests so far this question. If Santa was to come down your chimney tonight, if you could pick one frame that he could bring you right now, what frame would you choose?
Got to be a JJ Apex, isn't it?
We have already had one person say that, but I can definitely see why. It's such a nice piece, isn't it?
Just out of my price range, I think. But one day.
And in terms of next year, have you got any goals you want to set out? Is there anything you want to do in particular?
I want to change these second and third places to first place. Just continue as I am, really. It's nice winning the silverware, but it's nicer meeting up with people and just talking. So get to as many shoots as I can, and just continue being part of the community.
And I know you're quite a big family man. So what's Christmas like in your household? I can see the calendars there behind you. Does it go quite big? Is it a big thing at Christmas time?
Like I say, very family orientated. My birthday's the week before Christmas. My wife's is actually Christmas Day, so.
Oh wow, expensive month for you.
Oh bloody hell, yeah. And we get up in the mornings, and it's the wife's birthday first before anything, and then she has her cards, and it's just hectic. Now the kids are getting older now; it's not so bad as it was. But when the kids were younger, like you say, you got a little one. You need a snap-on toolbox to get the toys out of the boxes, and
yeah.
So
I think I'm going to try and do some of it the night before, because I know there's stuff I'm going to have to build. So along with the Christmas dinner, I'm going to be getting my tools out and trying to put stuff together just so I can relax a little bit on Christmas Day.
Make sure you've got the batteries there.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so I have got a quiz for you. Okay, so it's 20 questions. There is a little incentive if you get them all right. The viewers will be very, very happy if you do that. But no pressure. No one's got them all right so far. Only one person has answered them all so far, because it is a 2-minute timer to it. Okay. They're not difficult questions, but when you have to think on your feet, there's a few things that can kind of put you off. Okay. Yeah. So there's some Slingshot, there's some Christmas related questions in there. And we're going to see how you do. So we'll just switch this up. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll add a timer, and once the timer starts, I'll ask you first question. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Name one UK and one USA based Slingshot brand.
Wasp and Simple Shot.
What's the third letter in the word slingshot?
Hey, I.
Name 3 things you'd have on a Christmas dinner.
Turkey, roasties, and sprouts.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking.
Seen it too many
Nailed it.
times.
Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Chris Graffin.
Name 3 brands of slingshot bands.
Sniper Sling. The Fork. BSB.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Slinger.
Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Vixen.
Who's the maker of this frame?
Moan.
Who is this guy?
Slingshot Tony.
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
Sorry?
Name 3 parts of a slingshot.
Tips. Cup. And handle.
3 things you can hit with a slingshot.
Target. Prey. In your hand.
Name a Christmas song.
Fairy Tale in New York.
Name a slingshot YouTube channel.
Sling Den.
Name a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Pickle.
Name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
Star.
That is time up. Do you know what? You're the first person to answer the questions right, but you were 4 away from finishing the quiz,
Ooh.
which is really, really good because you literally nail on the head, smashed every single question. Do you want me to ask the last 4 questions just to
Go
see
on.
if you would have got 20 out of 20? Okay.
Go on.
Give me 3 fork widths.
80, 85, 90.
Are 0.8 bands best for 8mm steels? Yes or no?
No. No.
Who is the maker of this frame?
JJ.
And is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Absolutely.
Bam! You smashed it. If only we had a bit more time, you'd have had 20 out of 20 there. There we go.
Always coming up short. Never mind.
Well, to be honest, that's still not a bad score. That gives you 16 out of 20. But if we just had a few more seconds on the clock, you would have absolutely smashed it with 20. So well done there, mate. Got some good knowledge on Christmas and slingshots. So what we're going to do is attempt to do a giveaway. Okay, so the first 2 guests got the red pouch, and then the last 3 guests have got green pouch. So we're on a bit of a roll. So no pressure. So got the pouches here. Okay, I'm going to put them under the table. As I've said to the others, they're the same shape, same size, everything. They're just different color, same material. So I don't know which one's which. I'm going to flick them around in my hand, and I'll get you to pick one. So this will be my right hand. This will be my left hand. Where are you going?
Let's go with your left hand.
Left hand. So this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the red pouch, unfortunately. So back onto the red. But there we go. No giveaway with Andy. But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and you absolutely smashed the quiz. So I'm well happy with that. I have got one question. I wasn't taking any questions. I did set out questions for myself on the channel itself, and I've got a bunch which I'm answering in between guests, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. But Dave Smith wanted me to ask you a question. And it's just one that I have to ask. So Dave wants to know, does the added weight you've packed on help you stand more solid when you shoot?
Oh, it definitely helps with the balance.
I mean, it's Christmas time. We're all going to pack on a few pounds. Let's not lie.
Like Phil Smith said, I have to iron my shirts with a wok.
So before you go, I just want to give you an opportunity just to give a shout out to anyone or leave the viewers with anything you want to say, really. I know there's a lot of people that know who you are in the community, and I'm sure they'd like a little message from you.
I just want to give all my teammates a collective Christmas hug. For everyone that's watched my videos, through online shooting and commented or thumbs up them, thank you very much. means a lot that you've actually spent time to watch. Yeah, everyone I've spoken to at the competitions, as always a pleasure to see them again and meet new people. And I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and Santa's nice to them. So
Perfect.
that's about it, really.
Thank you, Annie. Thanks for coming on, mate. It was really nice speaking to you. I know we've been chatting over text for quite a while now, so it's been really nice catching up with you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you and your family have a great Christmas and New Year, and I'm sure we'll see more of each other next year. If I
And
do
to
come
you,
back
buddy.
down to Wales, we'll have to meet up and we'll have a shoot.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, mate.
Definitely.
Take care.
All right.
We'll see you
Cheers,
soon.
Benji. Ta-ra,
Bye, mate.
pal. Bye.
There he is, guys. My fellow adopted countryman, Andy Mond. 20 out of 20. He just missed out on the time limit, but great effort there. As you can see, guys, I'm trying to give away another frame. If someone could just get 20 out of 20 within the time limit, I'll spin the wheel. Anyway, let's move on with one or two more questions, and then we'll get on with our final guest. So this one is by Bushrat. So I want to give a special shout out to him because we speak quite a lot over social media. Again, really generous guy. I always like having a chat with him. So I hope you're enjoying this Christmas special, buddy. Let's answer your questions. What's the biggest difference between USA and UK when it comes to slingshots? There's two questions. So I'll answer this one first. I've touched on this a couple of times, so I won't go into detail. But for me, it's the hunting, the mooching scene. I think over in the States, you have these big things called guns, which we are not privy to. I mean, we do get a couple of rifles and things like that, but not like you guys, not as easily anyway. So I think, we have a slightly different culture when it comes to being able to go out with a catapult and bring in some game, whether it be pheasant or rabbit, squirrel, hare, things like that. I think the culture's slightly different there when it comes to hunting. In terms of competition shooting, I think we take it a bit more seriously, and I don't mean that in a negative way. So please don't think I'm trashing the USA competitions. I know, there's things like the East Coast Slingshot tournament and things like that, which, I'd love to get over and do one day. But I just think some of the arenas and the facilities and the way they're run is a lot more in the sporting spectrum, like how we'd expect the Olympics to run with a judging system and things like that. And that's Europe in general. We see a lot of shooters go there and, they do some fantastic things. And I'd love to see some Americans come over and take part. So that would probably be the difference between the two. That's just my opinion anyway. The next one is, how far can our hobby go with new ideas and products in the market? I think it's come a long way already, to be honest with you. I think, the way the bands are changing, there's new makers coming out every day, and what seems like new designs every day. So there's always going to be something for somebody. I think the level of shooting is always going to go up because, we've got some people giving great advice out there. There's some fantastic YouTube channels giving advice to new shooters. We're growing on a whole as a community and as a sport, a hobby. So yeah, I think the sky's the limit, to be honest with you, and I'm really looking forward to being part of it. Hopefully I can shoot forever, really. But yeah, definitely, I think we can definitely move on and do a lot more in the future. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the next one is actually, I think it's the last one. I think we've reached the last one, guys. So the next one is by Rex Spurlock Jr. So big shout out to you, Rex. I know you take part in these questions quite a lot. How has slingshots affected my everyday life? Massively. You know what? After I stopped my mixed martial arts, I'd done that for over 10 years, and it was a huge, huge part of my life, and I loved every second of it. But I felt like there was a void, like there was something missing because I wasn't able to have a separate release from life. I'm not the type of person that can go to the gym and just lift weights and stuff like that. It's never been something I've been into. So, I enjoyed fishing, but it wasn't something you can just do for an hour. You had to go and set up, and you had to find somewhere, and it's a lot more involved when you're fishing. And when I found slingshots, I never ever thought I'd take to it as I did. I feel completely obsessed. The friends that I've met through this hobby, um, as I said at the start, it's really incredible. They are some of my best friends. I speak to people on a daily basis. And they've got me through some things. I've helped other people through things, and that's what it's all about, really. So, 100% is definitely changed my life for the better. I moved to Scotland from Wales. I left my friends and family behind, and I think having slingshots in my back pocket. Hey, what a pun! Um, it really helped me through a lot of stuff. When I came here, I was able to go out and just enjoy myself. And yeah, overall, I don't know what else to say. It's changed my life for the better, 100%. I hope it has done for many other people too. So I think that's all the questions answered. So what we'll do is we'll get on with the next guest, and then after that, I think we'll spin the wheel to see if someone has won the special prize. Here we go. So, guys, last but not least, on the Sling Den Christmas special is none other than Chuck and Steel. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good about yourself. Appreciate you having me on.
No worries at all, man. Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. Really happy to have you on. I know you've been on the Sling Den before. We've done a lot of Juggernaut challenges together and a lot of other things, but this is great. So when we spoke last time, Amiga Slings was just starting up. You had been to the East Coast Slingshot tournament, done really well, taking second place there. How's things been with you so far?
Well, the company is taking off, and you can't ask for anything better. It's doing great. We got our fingers dabbling in other things, getting the ball rolling in other areas that we've never. We've been trying to do it from the start. But we're finally getting the ball rolling, if you know what I mean. Like things that we've been trying to do, and it seems like it's about to happen. So there's a lot of good things coming in the future. And as far as shooting, I haven't been able to get that much practice in, just due to work. Every shot I take is on camera. So, if I take a shot, y'all get to see it. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of shooting yourself, we all know how much of a great shot you are. But
Thank you.
What would you say this year has been your highlight in terms of shooting?
The highlight this year, I think, would be the East Coast Slingshot tournament part. Is fun, fun goes. But I've made some pretty ridiculous shots, like spinning the bottle top off. That was a really good one that I done. I had some really good shots at long distance, shooting 9.5 steel at like, I think it was 26 or 28 yards. Hit like 10 in a row. And but yeah, that's about it as far as my highlights. That spinning the bottle top off the bottle. A lot of people's
Pretty
assuming
impressive.
that I just hit the bottle top, but I actually was trying to spin it off the bottle. It worked
Mhm.
out.
And then in terms of next year, if we can break it down into sort of Amiga and yourself, what sort of goals have you set yourself for next year?
Next year, we want to be in a position that it's not such a struggle for us as individuals having full-time jobs, running Omega Slings. We're hoping by that time to maybe bring on, some help of some nature, because we're growing and it's
Mhm.
getting big enough now that it's hard for us to do it and be apart like we are. Like, we're a couple thousand miles apart. It's kind of hard to run company that way. The ultimate goal would be for us to be living in the same town and have a shop. That's the ultimate goal, and having a place that people can come visit. And even I haven't even really mentioned it to Mikey, but I would like to have like a museum of sorts. Collecting old Slingshot memorabilia and putting it up in the shop, and for people to come by and see.
You could have a shooting range and stuff there too, so
Yep,
people can try out different frames. That sounds like
yep. Bring kids
sounds
in.
like heaven for
Yep.
us shooters for sure. And what about you on
Yeah.
a
I mean,
personal level?
do what?
What about you on a personal level? What are you looking forward to next year in terms of shooting?
I haven't, I never was a goal guy. It was when it comes to slingshots, I always just took it as it come. If I, if I have time to get a lot of practice in, I would rather, I'd like to see my shooting get back up to where it was maybe 2 years ago. The highlight of my shooting by far was about 2.5 years ago. I was the best I'd ever been 2.5 years ago. And I'd like to get back up to that point. It would just take a lot of practice because at that time, the job that I'm working, I was close to home, so I was home every day. So I had a home range. I had all that. I don't have any of that now. Like for me to go shoot now, I have to go on like a mile hike just to go shoot. So
It's tough going.
yeah, I'd like to get back up where I was 2 years ago.
Okay. And again, I've asked this question to all the guests. If Santa was to come down your chimney and give you any frame in the world right now, what would you pick?
Oh man. I don't know. A new one right now. I've had my eye on the Omega for a while. I'd like to have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to get. If my two newer designs were already out and everybody's shooting them, I would like to have one of those and a custom, but they're not quite out yet.
I'm sure we'll see a lot of that in the new year. There's some great things coming up. And then in terms
Yeah,
of
I think you're
Christmas-
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I think you're the only other person besides us, the guys that are developing it, that's actually seen it. So you know
They're
what's
really,
coming.
really
Nobody else does.
Yeah, they're really, really impressive. Obviously, I won't go into detail, but you guys are in for a treat. Not only do they look the part, they look like they fit in the hand really nicely too. So I'm looking forward for you guys getting them out because, as I said, people are going to really, really like them.
Thank you.
But what I was going to ask next is, what does Christmas look like in Chuck and Steele's household? I know you got a few kids there, so what's that like? Is it a busy time of year? Is it a fun time of year?
I mean, my house is like really busy anyway, right? So Christmas just times 10. I have kids running around screaming and yelling. And right now, this is the first time we've ever lived in an apartment. And it's only until we get a house, right? But our kids have never lived in an apartment. So trying to get them to calm down and not stomp everywhere they go. I know the guy below us has got to be crazy. I mean, I feel so bad for him, but there's nothing I could do about it. But it's hectic, man. Just screaming kids.
I know that feeling
It's
all too
awful.
well. So I have got a quiz for you. And since you are the last guest, I'm going to break some news. None of the other guests knew this, but I said halfway through recording that if someone got 20 out of 20, I was going to give away another frame. So far, the only person to answer every single question, so there's 20 questions, the only person to answer every single one is none other than Mikey Paul Reddick. However, he did get 3 wrong. Now, just before you, I had Andy Maund on. Andy only managed to answer 16 within the time limit. However, I asked him the other 4 questions after the time limit and he got them all right. So he scored 20 out of 20, but not within the time limit. So we're hoping you're up to scratch. There's some slingshot questions in there. There's some Christmas related questions in there. And there's some curveballs in there too.
So if it has anything to do with up to date stuff with slingshots, I may be out of the loop because I don't get on Facebook as much as most people. But we'll see what happens.
I'll be honest with you. Most people have struggled with the Christmas questions more than they have the slingshot questions.
Gotcha.
So what we'll do is we'll get the timer ready. So we'll go here. Once the timer starts, I'll ask you first question. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. Name one UK and one USA based slingshot brand.
Slingshot what?
Brand.
Wasp, Omega Slings.
What's the third letter in the word slingshot?
L. S-O-I. I messed that one up. Anyway, go ahead.
Name 3 things you'd have on Christmas dinner.
Green bean casserole, ham, and dressing.
Watch this video without laughing or smirking. Nailed it. Who won the 2023 International Slingshot Tournament in Italy?
Chris.
Name three brands of slingshot bands.
Sniper Sling, Simple Shot, and Sumiki.
Name something slingshot related that rhymes with winner.
Spinner. I don't. That'd be the only one I could think of.
That's it. Name a reindeer that isn't Rudolph.
Oh, wow. Why am I drawing a blank on this? I know all of them.
You can say pass.
Dasher. Dasher.
Yeah, got it. Who is the maker of this frame?
Moan Waller.
Who is this guy?
Slingshot Tony.
Name
one and
three
only?
parts of a slingshot.
Say that again.
3 parts of a slingshot.
The forks, fork tips, and the grip.
3 things you can hit with a slingshot.
Spinners, rabbits, squirrels. That's what I hit
Name
with
a
them.
Christmas song.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right, time's up, but there was a few stutters there where you didn't quite hear me, so I'm going to ask you another 2 questions. Okay. Name a slingshot YouTube channel.
Sling Dan.
Okay, this is one of the tricky ones that people have been stuck with. Name a type of fork that shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Name a type of fork that preserves its what?
That shares its name with a way of preserving food.
Type of fork that
It's a tough one.
I don't know why I'm thinking can, but canning, that's the only one I can think of. But it's not a fork tip
It's
or a
pickle.
fork. Oh, pickle fork.
Pickle. We got pickle there.
Yeah, I
A
don't
few
know why I
people-
didn't. I mean, canning, I was thinking of canning, but I don't know why pickle fork wouldn't. And I screwed up and said ale, and I knew I was the third anyway. I was in too
It's
big of a
hard,
rush.
it's hard when you have to think on your feet. I think that's what people have struggled with. But anyway,
And my
even without
microphone's
one-
not working great. I don't know what's going on with it. I can barely aggravating.
how many questions do we have left? Okay, so I'll tell you what we'll do. You're the last guest, and I'm feeling generous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 1, 2, 3, the last 5 questions. If you get them all right, we'll double up on giving away the frame. How does that sound?
It sounds good.
Okay. So the first one is name something you put on top of a Christmas tree.
A star or an angel.
Give me 3 fork widths.
80, 85, and 90.
Are 0.8 bands best for 8mm steels? Yes or no?
No.
Who is the maker of this frame?
Prime fork catapult.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. That's a John Jeffries frame.
Is it?
there. It is.
Man, it looks just like a PFS, identical to it.
One is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes, 100%.
There we go. That's the one Mikey got wrong. He was quite upset about, but at least you got that one right. Anyway, without that, we are now going to do the pick a hand. So you have a chance. If you pick the green one, we're going to spin the wheel, give away a prize. Pick the red one. Fortunately, no spin on the wheel. Are you ready?
Gotcha. Yep.
Here we go. Okay, so this one here is my right hand. This one here is my left hand. Where you going?
I'm going to go with your left.
My left, so this one here?
Yep.
It's the green. There we go. We got the spin of the wheel. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you. So you should
Yep.
be able to see the wheel. Do you see that?
It's coming up. Yep, it's there.
Yep. Okay. So I've taken out the numbers of the people that have already won. And we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see who the next person is. Let me just get my list so I know who's won. It's here somewhere. There it is. Okay. So I've got my list of names. Good luck, everyone. Let's spin the wheel.
Good luck, everybody.
Number 3.
Is it
Number
D's?
3 is Jake Foot.
Good. We're just all messing with D's. He's been winning a lot lately. We figured he'd win something on this giveaway.
Not this time. Not on this time.
Good.
Unfortunately, Double D's isn't the name. It's Jake Foot, who is quite active on the Facebook groups. I'm sure he's part of Team Grizzly as well over here in the UK. So congratulations to him. He's won himself
Congratulations.
a frame.
Yeah, man, I can't I've never actually seen or held a John Jeffries frame.
You
You
never-
believe that?
Well, I really want to get one, but by the looks of them, I don't think they're going to be suited to the pinch grip. And during my conversation with John, I did ask, and he did say, he is trying his hardest to get a frame out there, purpose built for the pinch. So if that comes along, it's definitely one that I need to have. But they're really nice pieces. They really are. I know.
What threw me off is the clouds. Like, if you would have been on a desk or something,
Mhm.
I probably would have said John Jeffries, but that's something, I don't know. That's something I see on like their Facebook,
Well, you're
just threw
not
me
the
off
only
a little bit.
person to say prime fork. So I think only 2 people have got that question wrong, and the other person also said prime fork. So you're not alone there.
It does look just like a PFS, but
So before we leave, I just want to give you the chance to leave all the viewers with a quick message over Christmas.
quick message for everybody at Christmas. Enjoy your holiday and always remember the true meaning of Christmas. I don't want to be one of those guys to stomp religion down people's throat or anything like that, but there's a real reason for Christmas and we need to celebrate it.
Awesome. Perfect.
People tend to forget about it.
For sure. And it's, look forward to the next year, which I'm definitely doing with this family and the Slingshot family. So I want to thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure we'll catch
thank
up
you.
in the new year, and I really do hope you and your family have a great Christmas.
You too, brother.
No worries. I'll catch you soon, Chuckin.
All right, thanks for having me.
Take care. So there he is, guys, our final guest for the Christmas special, none other than Chuckin Steele. So I guess we got to spin the wheel and find out who's winning the special, the Skeleton. But before we do that, I want to add one more person to the list. This is the Sling Dens Award for the most contributions. So this is to the person who's asked the guest the most questions, who's been more active and supportive of the channel. And it came very, very close between 2 people. So the runner-up is Jesus G. Ramirez. He asks not only fantastic questions, but a lot of questions too. But just beating him by about this much, and I'm not being biased because he's become quite a good friend of mine, is Ethan Martin. This guy has asked some top-notch questions. He's asked what I believe is every single guest a question. And overall, he's shown the channel massive, massive support. So I'm going to give a little bit back to you, buddy. Ethan Martin of Tennessee Slanging. You are getting yourself a Leighton Strods and Catties frame, and you're also being added to the list. So what I'll do is I'll read you your numbers. And if your number comes up, you'll be walking away tonight with a skeleton. Hope that sounds good. Number 1, Lee Weldon. Number 2, Ben Hyde. Number 3, Jake Foot. Number 4, Mikey Forsyth. And number 5, Zach Slingshots. And number 6, I forgot about that, Ethan Martin. There we go. So 1 to 6. The other 5 of you will get a Leighton Strods and Catties frame anyway. So, I mean, you're winning anyway, right? So I've set up the wheel. I'm just going to share that with you. Just make sure you can see that. And again, I'm covering the wheel. There we go. Now you can see it. So there we go. Numbers 1 to 6. Here we go. Let's have another spin of the wheel and see who is getting the Christmas special prize. There's a lot of specials there. Here we go. Good luck. Number 4. Number 4 is Mikey Forsyth. Congratulations, Mikey. Merry Christmas. You've won yourself the skeleton. Congratulations, buddy. Right. Let's get rid of the wheel. I'm glad that I don't have to see that anymore. my bank account is going dry. I'm joking. I've enjoyed giving back to you guys, honestly. As I said at the beginning, the support that you guys have given me, you all deserve. I wish I could give a frame to everybody, but we got our winners, and we've got our special winner. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the Christmas special over and done with. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's watched, everybody that's been watching live. I want to thank all my guests for coming on, everybody for throwing in their questions. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you have too. And don't forget, if you have done, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Even if you're watching this at a later date, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on things like this. Other than that, guys, what can I say? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully I'll bring you a lot more content next year. I'll see you all then. Take care.